What's going on? Welcome to the weekly show where we talk about the AQ World's news. Let's get into it. A new AQ 2D post has gone up today. Great timing. And there is a bunch of information about the maps and stuff, how they're updating them for the new game. So we're getting new versions of a lot of maps. Probably tell the difference here. So the right side is new game. This is current game. The Forge map. Now this one, what do you guys like more, left or right? I'm saying I like the left more, but I think the mountains being closer on the right side's kind of cool, gives a better perspective to it. I don't like that the sun is missing and the sky is a lot more gray than blue. Definitely prefer the more blue sky of the one we have right now. But hey, and the trees kind of look closer to the ground, or like there's like a hill that goes down, but they wouldn't make the trees look a little off. I don't particularly like the trees in the current version either. I think the art style is a little different. But yeah, anyway, we don't need to talk about that for too long. There is like a kind of a map here of how it's gonna look. Apparently, yeah, it's changing a little bit here if you're used to it. Like, yeah, a little bit of changes here and there, but looks about the same there with the flowchart. Artix gives some information about what they want to do with the new battle merge more of the town into a single scrollable map, row of shops, and give it a really high player count. Yeah, add more life to the town. Major shops and locations like Yogar's Inn, the pet shop, and the Forge would have their own instances. Like I say that. We expand the battle enter map and add a lot of super useful portals and interactable things. A dragon you can fly on, some important places in the map. One thing I hope they don't do is turn Battlon into AQ 3D Battlon. I don't know if you've ever, I don't play AQ 3D that often, but every time I go into Battlon on AQ 3D, I don't have a single clue where anything is. And it's like part of Battlon is like tucked behind something, like it doesn't make sense as like a town. It doesn't make any sense. Like most towns have like a main street, right? And then offshoots off of that. But in AQ 3D, it's like it makes no sense how whoever designed the town there, it just absolutely zero. Anyway, hopefully it's not like that. Hopefully this isn't confusing and odd. And I could rant about AQ 3D for hours and days. Yeah, instead of walking right to the Nexus, we add progressive storyline content to the right. So it'll be very intuitive for new players. Okay, so making more new player friendly is nice. Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff added here. So we got a new look at the guild hall. So this current right side is that. So it looks like it's going back to work in progress from what the kind of finished. I mean, it was never actually finished. So yeah, okay. Smart NPCs for the win. AI. Maybe. Okay, this part's kind of interesting actually. So the smart NPC thing is basically how the current game works is if they want to change like a typo, for example, in like some quest text that NPC tells you, they would have to reload the whole map, like shut it down, put everyone back into Battlon. But with the new game, the NPCs are loaded separately from the maps, so they can just update them without having to fully update the map, which is great. So really cool update there. All right, so as far as all of like the patch note style stuff where they just go through everything that they've been fixing and working on, other notes, the big takeaway is Spider finished working on the hair and they're getting started on combat, and they did a bunch of like dialogue NPC stuff and like the little head in the top corner with the quest, like quest related things. So that's about what happened there. There's a little cute story here at the bottom about Artix's 3 kids and how they're playing AQ 3D, and how last week each of them used the money they had saved up to buy guardianship. So they're playing AQ 3D and they're spending money. I guess Artix doesn't have any AP codes laying around, so that's gonna teach them the value of a dollar, and the money just goes back into Artix's pocket. So I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but anyway. So yeah, really cute story. Pause and read it, or check the link in the description. Okay, so this guy mentions that it would be cool if all the maps were connected together. Like every single map in the game had an arrow to go to the next one, and they're all connected. And that would not work at all with how AQ World is currently structured. You would have to make a lot of. Anyway, I mean, it could work, but it'd be janky as all. Alina says, recently, during one of the few AQW Flash weekly upcoming release design meetings, it's a long phrasing for that, our core designers are a fan of the idea, specifically because of how much it adds to the immersive feel of the world. Wouldn't want to take away / join though. So the idea for that is being considered. I still think that's a stretch to do in a game like AQ Worlds that has so many different areas that are so different from each other, and it wouldn't really even make sense for a lot of them to connect in any way, but good idea on paper for sure. If you've been under a rock, there's an LQS coming out tomorrow at 6 p.m. server time. I always almost say 3 because that's my time, but yeah, so this is the weapon pack, which is available for gold for everyone. Usually, I didn't even read this. I'm just assuming that. Yeah, okay, yeah. I've been playing this game way too long. These look good. The image doesn't look that great quality-wise, like resolution-wise, but items looking good for that. So it looks like something came up with one of the artists, some realized scheduling issues, and one of the LQS packs that was going to be in the LQS was not added, and instead we're getting this, which Snowfers quickly whipped up there. It's of course recolor, or is it recolor? Yeah, basically. But yeah, so this will be available in the LQS instead of the other one. I'm sure we'll get the other set sometime in the future, probably not in an LQS. This set from Thyronius is also set to be coming out tomorrow. Looks like it's going to be a big update tomorrow because a lot of the content from last week got delayed to this week. So yeah, we'll see, but good looking set. A lot of water. That's kind of messing with the look of like a nice base armor there, but that's just my take. Here's the things that got pushed for the release. So Alina was out of town, so some things got pushed. So yeah, like this armor, Fido birthday stuff, this one from Valentine, and this one here from Antisam. So these all got pushed last week to this week on top of the stuff that was already scheduled for this week. So should be a lot of stuff. Twig and his toothy new friend. So yeah, it's a little preview image of what's to come for this week's update. Also, it's a shark update, and Gargura is mentioned. I don't think this means we're getting more specific like Gura themed items like we got in the past, but it's probably just this set here, which is kind of themed around that loosely. Chef Mihuri over here cooking as usual, bringing the heat. So we got an animated version of the Dragon Blade looking very good, the little Beyblades. These swords now with animations on them as well. Very nice. What they look like being held there. And this is not the first time this happened, but Mihuri is inspiring other artists to make different armor sets, and this looks very good from Silver here as an armor. Very nice design, a lot of details and stuff that you can't really see unless you zoom in, and it's not really zooming very well with my extension, but yeah, very nice. Axeros messing around with a mount here. Now, something is interesting about this if you look at it. The version without the armor on it, so there's no armor on it, but he's making a version that doesn't have a player on it, period. And is this for AQ2D? Are they gonna have a mount system in AQ2? That'd actually be cool if they had a proper mount system that actually lets you wear an armor and then it not being like part of the mount, you know, having that separate. That'd actually be really cool if they did that. Especially now that the maps are gonna be bigger, having a faster mode of transportation might be something that is helpful. The scrolling maps. Anyway, that's just me thinking. I don't think that's actually the case. Probably just, you'll probably put an armor on there if this does get released into the game. Male version of the outfit from Valentine here, looking good. When I first looked at this image, I'm like, wow, it's a big axe, but I don't think it's to scale when you look at the pokes. But anyway, yeah, it's a cool centaur mount. Call it Minotaur, but I think Minotaur is like the other way around or something. Anyway, yeah, cool idea. Not a lot of these in the game. Starlord Naval from Antisam as well here. It's a cool blade design. Or what's hanging off it? Is that the thing? I think it might be on the waist. But yeah, I got female and male variants of it as well here. The bird's kind of a little off there. Or oh, maybe it's just maybe it's not supposed to be attached. Yeah, it's probably not. But oh yeah, there's a better look at the sword there too. Really like that. I really like that sword. If that was CC, I'd definitely pick that up. Prince Sidon with Horks and Orcs here. Yeah, both sets looking pretty good. Yeah, I think it's been a while since these have been updated. Alina said recently that there's going to be a release based around these, so I'm interested to see what's going to come out of that. And lastly, Hikari with a weapon set, a new one here, a polearm and a bow. Really like the winged bow design. This is to go with this armor that I think I missed from putting in a video. My bad. But here it is. I'd like to see a female version of this. I don't think that's been posted yet, and this has been posted quite a while ago, 25th of June, and we're like halfway through July now. So yeah, can we see the new version of that? Thanks for tuning into the news. Leave a like if you like this, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, turn notifications on. I upload one of these every Thursday, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow when we check out the new update with what should be a pretty large amount of content, which is going to be the opposite of what happened last week. I'll be streaming that live on this YouTube channel, back on YouTube streaming here, so I'll see you there. That'll be up tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.